Hello, everyone, and welcome once again. This is the Paranormal Night Stalker. I am Joel Walling, and today we've just got a lot of crap we want to bitch about. And that's the only other way to put this. The fact is, this week has been rather chaotic and rather confusing and an all-around piss-off by everything and anything, including this wonderful operating system that I'm using right now, which Windows will be getting some of my wrath today, and along with Michael's, believe it or not. Normally Michael is the calming voice of reason in this duo, and today he's just as pissed off as I am.
Those assholes.
So, we're going to jump pretty much right in. Of course, we're doing this one. This is going to be a little bit of a quick one because, well, mainly...
nothing's working right.
Yeah, nothing's working right. And two, I've actually got the first of the holiday stuff starting up tonight, so I'm not going to be on very long today. And Michael has other stuff he's got to go do. So, and of course, I did not actually give you the proper intro that I normally give you, which is, of course, my co-defendant, I guess we'll say in this case, where normally you're just the co-host or the whatever, the cohort in this. This is the co-defendant time because today is going to have a special day, and today is going to be referred to the Night Stalker as the Night Stalker says, "Fuck you." And I know we normally try to keep things a little cleaner, and I might even bleep that out. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But the simple thing is, we got a lot of stuff to complain about, and that's what this is going to be. This is the Night Stalker Bitch Fest. And I guess we should start off with, which one should we start off with?
Oh, hell, let's start with Microsoft.
Okay, by all means, let's start with Microsoft. So, as we all know, Windows 10 came out, what, 2 years ago now? 3 years ago now?
Yeah, about that.
And to call Windows 10 a clusterfuck is a absolute, complete and utter understatement. It has been a disaster. And the thing of it is, Microsoft continues to try to fix stuff with Windows 10. Which is great. You should try to fix stuff when you break stuff. The problem is, the more shit they try to fix, the more shit they end up breaking. I got an update, what was it, Tuesday night? No, Monday night.
Monday.
It was Monday night. First off, the update took almost, 3 hours, 4 hours to install. And you have no option of saying, hey, install this later. You have the option of install and restart, or shut down and restart, which anyone who has dealt with Windows 10 long enough know you do not tell it to shut down and restart, because if you tell it to shut down and restart, you may never get your computer to start again. Windows 10 is very notorious for making computers into great little paperweights, which I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to pay as much money as a computer's cost for a paperweight. But anyway, so I tell it to restart. I started this thing at around 10 o'clock. I was actually getting ready to go to bed. And, well, not around 10 o'clock, around 11 o'clock, rather. This thing didn't get done until after 2. And by this time, I'm fucking furious because I get up at like 7:30 in the morning. So I was up since 6:30 the other Monday morning, and I'm ready to just kill somebody. I'm pissed. So then I get on, I'm like, okay. I'm looking at it. I'm going to go into something a bit more in depth later, but this is my bitch fest, so I'm getting off all the ranting done at the beginning. I go into it and I look at it and everything looks fine. All of my programs are there. All of my stuff seems to be working fine. Until the next day when I go to edit a podcast. I have to edit. I'm sitting there. I use Audacity to edit. It's no secret I do shit as cheaply as possible because, well, that's what I can afford. Cheap is good, free is better. So I start up Audacity and I put my file in there. Everything comes up great. I hit play. And there's not a damn sound coming from my computer. I think, okay, well, sometimes this happens. When I restart my computer with my headphones plugged in, the onboard speakers override it. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's what's happening. I got my earphones on and I couldn't hear it. So I looked, no, it says it's coming through my Microsoft, which funny enough, my headset is Microsoft. It's a Microsoft LifeChat 3000. No. Okay. I look at my stuff on Audacity. It says it's coming through the headset speakers. What the hell? It says it's coming through my headset. My computer says that my sound should be coming through my headset, yet I get no sound. I see the bars just jumping up and down, bouncing like a fat girl on a trampoline. Yet, still, no sound comes out of my system at all. Headset, onboard speakers, nothing. I can't hear a damn sound. I have to work on Audacity for almost an hour to get it to be able to hear, to where it will actually play something. I'm thinking, okay, Windows did it. I've got it fixed though. Everything's good. Until yesterday, when me and Michael sit down, hey, let's get one recorded so we don't have to worry about it. You got, like I said, I've got a Christmas dinner coming up tonight, and so we're like, okay, yeah, we'll just get it out of the way, get everything good. Da, 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 da. And I go to hit record. I hit record. I start talking. Michael starts talking, and there isn't shit coming through. I had to uninstall and reinstall my audio drivers and the Spreaker Studio app that I use to record this podcast with. I had to uninstall and reinstall all of it. So now everything that I use to record this is basically had to be completely reinstalled, completely redone. Everything I use to edit has to be redone. And now I guess my computer did crash yesterday, which is a rare thing for it. It blue screened. It wasn't a bad blue screen. It was one of them you just have to, it collects data and then you restart your computer and you're fine. But now I guess I'll turn the floor over to you for you to do your venting.
Oh, this fucking thing. Well, I got the update Joe got the next day. It took 5 hours. I had 2 updates. I had the big one and a small one. So, I come on this morning. We're going to do a show. We're going to record on my end because I got the same program for Spreaker that he does. Except that it doesn't work. It records fine for a little bit. Then the only voice I can get is mine. It's hard to have a guest when the guest can't be heard on the computer. But before that, my computer crashed. And it just didn't crash a little bit. It crashed like the Hindenburg crash. It blue screened. It made weird noise. And it died hard. And it hadn't done that in probably over a year. There's no way it couldn't have been caused by whatever the hell they did in their update. They fixed stuff to the point of being broke. I'm tempted to take the screwdrivers and take this damn thing apart and use it, cannibalize it for parts. There's some parts in there I really like to get a hold of. I mean, I make electrical stuff and circuits and that kind of thing, and there's some parts I'm sure I could probably use in there. It might be a better way of getting money out of the damn thing.
Probably.
It's awful.
Yeah, it really is. I actually I have a habit of rant tweeting at Microsoft. When it comes to Microsoft, I'm kind of the Donald Trump of Twitter. I just rant at them because, especially for like the past 3 years, when they did Windows 10, it has been like a steady downhill descent since the beginning of Windows 10. And I know this isn't really paranormal, but it ties into everything that we do into this and the paranormal. Because if this computer doesn't work, I have no evidence. Of course, I can't review any of the evidence because the programs I use to review the evidence don't work. I can't do any of the stuff, even the stuff that I use to clip it doesn't work. Everything that I use, we do in investigation comes through a computer. If the computer doesn't work, it's done, it's gone. Especially this one in particular, I keep all of my evidence because, the other guys review their evidence. I review my evidence. It's just the way it works out better because at the beginning of it, before they got any real training behind them as far as evidence review goes, I used to review, me and Michael used to review everything. And I'm sitting there going through, we're sitting working for 2 or 3 weeks to try to review this 10 hours of evidence, and it wasn't right. We had 3 people sitting doing, just twiddling their thumbs. So they're doing their own evidence review. I'm doing my evidence review. I'm reviewing my evidence, my cameras, my voice recorders, my stuff like that. And that's what me and Michael do. If my computer crashes, it's gone. Luckily with Spreaker, I do upload the podcasts pretty damn fast after they're recorded. I usually edit them in a day or two and then upload it. That way we're always ahead.
Well, shit, you got to upload them in self-defense.
Yeah, so if anything happens, it doesn't get, they're not gone. They're not poof. So now I said I was something else I was going to, I touched on earlier that I said I was going to go into today. Going to here in a minute, which I'm doing right now. If I can stop sputtering around here like hell, I can't even think of words now. I'm just sputtering words to see where they land. But I don't know if any of you all out there got this update or not. And if you haven't got it yet, you are going to be getting it soon. Read the shit that comes up on the screen afterwards. Normally I don't. I just ignore it because it's like, oh Jesus, I just want this over with, and I start clicking buttons. And I'll be the first to admit I actually started doing that. I clicked the first one and agreed to it blindly. I didn't read it until I started seeing other stuff come up. And that's when I started going, hold the fuck on here. First off, Microsoft wants access to your microphone to help speech recognition. Microsoft wants to know your location so it can determine where most computers are being used. Microsoft wants to install a keylogger on your system so it can help understand written word. Microsoft wants to install a keylogger. I guarantee you everyone out there has got an antivirus and probably an anti-malware program running on their computers, quite possibly on their tablets or phones. One of the number one things that those things look for is keyloggers, because with a keylogger, it logs every stroke of your keyboard. That means every time you log into your Facebook, your email, your bank, it records what keys you hit. Microsoft literally asked you to basically turn your computer over to them. They can access your microphone, your webcam, and your keyboard. So they know where you are, who you're talking to, and what you're saying, and every word that is typed on your computer. There is no reason in the world any company should need that information. That is an invasion of privacy that is on a level that has never been heard before. We are not talking a minor little detail here. We're not talking, hey, do you want to submit an error report or something like that. They literally want to know where you are and what you were doing. And not only do they want to know where you are or what you're doing, they want to be able to record it so that they know they can play it back. They can do this over and over again. And God knows if they can't create or can't write a new version of a operating system that they created, what is their security like? I mean, I know a lot of you out there are probably thinking the same thing that I used to think at the beginning of all of this. I have nothing to hide. I don't care if they really want to see me post memes. I mean, come on. There's nothing on my computer like that. I have no reason to hide anything on it. I never have. It's just not something that I do. The thing is like I said, it's something that they don't need to know. They don't need the password and my email address. They don't need my login stuff for Facebook. They don't need my login stuff for Speaker. They don't need my login stuff for Stitcher. They don't need my login stuff for Amazon.
Or your bank account.
Well, I don't do online banking.
No, but I'm just saying. I mean, anybody that does, there it is. The question is not so much that they're doing it, who are they giving it to?
It's not only who they're giving it to, but who can access it. Like I said, If they can't write a decent version of something they created, then what guarantees do we have that someone hasn't got a backdoor into their systems and can't pull this shit up? Take a second, and this gets into a little bit of the paranormal, because conspiracies have always came into the paranormal. But just for a second, think about how many of you all have a laptop in your bedroom. A lot of people don't even turn their laptops off. There's a new movie, and I can't remember now what it's called, but it actually has a guy that played Harold and Kumar. His daughter ends up missing. It's done all through. It's done like you're watching it through a computer screen or a phone screen or something like that. It's actually really interesting the way it's shot and the way it's done. I thought it was a great movie, honestly. It's got him and oh Lord, the girl who plays Grace on Will and Grace. Deborah Messing. Yeah. I think it's something like Disappearance or something or something like that. Or Searching. That's it. Searching. It's like I said, it's actually a really good movie. It is. And the way it's shot, it's really interesting. But he's one of them that doesn't turn his computer off. You know, a lot of people don't. They leave it in standby. They go over, they hit the space bar, or they rub their finger on the mouse pad, and boom, their computer's up and it's going.
Well, that's like mine is. Mine's open almost all the time. Of course, yeah. I've got the camera taped off though.
I was about to say. I thought you had told me you did that. You taped the camera.
Yeah.
Because imagine the next time your wife is in your room, or if you happen to be a woman listening to this, if the next time you're in your room and you're changing clothes to get ready for work, and your camera is on, but you don't know it.
You're giving Microsoft a free show, honey.
Or let's get a little bit darker here. Let's say it's your kid's room.
Yeah.
Again, when you okay them to do it, there is no limit to the access. Every freedom you give up, and this goes out of the again, like I said, out of the paranormal a bit, but every freedom that you give, you never get back. You know, actually, I saw another company that did a video of along the same nature. That do you realize that for all those people out there that own, let's say, an iPhone X, those things are running close to $1,000 a phone. Do you realize that absolutely, yes, you own the phone, but you do not own the operating system. It's in the agreement. If Apple does not like the way you're using your phone, it can deactivate it. Any of you out there ever dropped your phone and cracked the screen? Did you send it to Apple to have it replaced? Or did you take it to a guy that you know? Someone maybe on Facebook. Did you know that Apple is deactivating phones that use generic screens? Until you send it back to Apple. Because part of the agreement is you only use Apple authorized parts and authorized repair places. If you use anything else, they deactivate your phone. And I'm not talking about like deactivating like you can't text or you can't call somebody with it. I'm talking about you turn it on and it says this phone is deactivated. The operating system no longer works. It no longer boots up. All smart cars, the smart TVs, the Amazons, the Google Homes, all of those things, phones, even a freaking tractor. You heard that right. A John Deere tractor. There is a new smart version of a John Deere tractor that a man tried to do a repair on that ended up making the alarm on it go off for 5 minutes every 10 minutes for over a year. Because while, yes, you own the physical item, You do not own the software. The software is always the property of the company.
Well, that's like, it reminds me of this computer thing. Thank God it wasn't Microsoft. Nobody ever fly again. But there was an incident with an Airbus A380, the big Dreamliner, the big plane. It's a double-decker, super jumbo, holds like 500 passengers. It's a double-decker deal, upstairs, downstairs. Well, it's all computer. And there was one that was flying back to Sydney, I think from Ireland, and they'd stopped midway to refuel. Because you can't fly the whole way; they have to stop halfway. I think they left Dubai. I believe was where the halfway point was. Could be wrong on that, but it doesn't matter. Halfway back, they lost an engine. Well, when the engine blew, the shrapnel that it caused cut through wiring that disabled the computer system, made it malfunction. The problem is the computer system is what flies the damn plane. It's so advanced and so automated that basically all the pilot does on the damn airplane is a takeoff and a landing. They were lucky because it's only got a 3-person crew. They were lucky they had 2 extra pilots on board doing check ride. They were checking the crew out. They were instructor pilots for the airline, to check the pilot's proficiency in flight and that kind of thing. So they actually had 3 pilots on board plus a co-pilot and an engineer. And they got it on the ground. They didn't crash and nobody got hurt. But it was a damn miracle. The computer was so sophisticated on that plane that everything, and if you want to look it up, I think it was Kiwanis Flight 32, I believe. You can look on YouTube. It's on there under one of those air disaster documentaries that they have. It's a real thing. I saw it the other day. But the computer is so sophisticated that when it went out and was causing all the error messages to come up, the plane was virtually unflyable the normal way. That's like with your damn car. I used to could work on a car. I can't work on a car now. You have to have a computer to work on a car.
And see, that's the thing. They're putting fail-safes into, or not fail-safes, but they're putting stuff in the computer systems of the cars now that if you do not take it to a authorized dealer, if you do try to fix it yourself, they can turn your car off. Because without the software, your car doesn't run. And that's what they're doing now. They're writing in stuff to the programs that literally, if you do something that is against their software bylaw or whatever the hell, their agreement, they can stop you from using their software. But the problem is, without their software, what you bought does not work. Your car doesn't work. Your TV doesn't come on. Your computer doesn't come on. Your Amazon doesn't come on. Even like Kindle. The new Kindles have a software, a firmware thing in them that if you put a book that was not bought from Amazon on it, it erases the whole damn thing. It is control. You do what they say, or you can't use what you bought. And that's all there is to. And the fact of it is, we as a civilization have become so dependent on these things that we have no option, no other option other than to agree to it, because we can't live without them. We have become this dependent on machines. I mean, I'm sitting here right now on a computer talking to you all while I'm on my phone texting with my wife. We have become so dependent on these machines that you know, we can't live without them anymore. And it really is gotten to that case. And like I said, the more we have willingly given up to get the comforts that we have in modern life, the more we have given up, the more they take. And that's just it, pure and simple. The more we give up, the more they take. Because every time you give up a freedom, every time you give up a choice, it's a lot like what they were saying in after 9/11 when Bush put out all of the Homeland Security stuff. The U.S. willingly gave up so many freedoms with the NSA and the Department of Homeland Security and all of this stuff. And these are all things that they will never, ever get back. Because that's just not the way it works. You do not, once you have given something up, you don't get it back. You may get a version of it back. You may get something similar to it back, but you will not get the full thing back. You will never get the freedom that you gave up. And like I said, I'm no better than any of the rest of you out there. I'm sitting here right now with 2 smart TVs, Kindle, where I read my books. I've got a cell phone. Like I said, I'm talking to you right now on a Windows 10 computer. I've got a Google Home, Chromecast, tablets, cell phones. The house is full of them. I'm no better than anybody else. I'm not trying to say that. I'm not one of those people that, oh no, I'm living off the grid. We're out here using, sticks and smoke signals to communicate with people. I'm not doing that. I'm not like saying, to get rid of all of your stuff. I'm just saying that you've really got to read the stuff. You really have to. And of course, in the case of like the stuff with Windows, I got to give them some credit on this one. I could hit no, and it was as simple as that. I could hit no, and then that went away. I did not agree to that. So if
I told you would have never known it was there.
That's true. It could have been installed, and I wouldn't have known. But then again, it also would have been illegal.
When did that hell ever stop them? Every solid state drive in the country's got a damn back door in it.
Yeah, but that's to the government. That's
to the
NSA.
How's that not illegal?
But actually, the new ones don't. They were ordered to take that out because it's an invasion of privacy.
Yeah, but all the old ones, the ones we're talking on right now, got them.
I don't know. Actually, I think they did. I think they discovered that before. Or I don't know about your computer, but I think this one's too new for it. I don't know when yours was made.
Mine might be too. I got mine right after I gave you, because the one you're on now is the one I gave you, right?
Yeah.
That snake bit son of a bitch. That's another story. Couldn't get that damn thing to run to save my ass. But yeah, well, this one's a little newer than that one, so it may not.
So yeah, I think it's safe. But yeah, I think it's any computer built before 2000. I want to say 2012. Honestly, I want to say before 2012 has a backdoor access for the NSA. This is something that they have willingly admitted to. Western Digital and all of them admit, yes, we put the firmware in it. Yes, there is a backdoor to the NSA. The NSA has full access to your computer anytime they want it.
That's scary as shit.
Well, I have to say this with where I know the NSA is probably a hell of a lot harder to hack than Microsoft is.
They had trouble there once. They had a crash once before too, though.
Yeah,
they lost their whole damn system for about a week. Every one of those big ass crays they had dropped dead.
Yeah, but that's because it all runs on Windows.
Well, yeah,
but,
that's true.
I would like to think. Okay, I will rephrase that. Where I said I'm sure the NSA is harder to hack than Microsoft. I would like to think the NSA is harder to hack than Microsoft. So, I know. Believe me, if they take a look at my hard drive, they're going to be some bored motherfuckers. Unless they're fans and want to listen to the show before anybody else. Now, that could happen.
if everybody in Fort Meade, where the NSA is, wants to listen to our podcast, by all means, have at it.
But
We'll
please,
be glad to let you listen to the podcast.
but please, go and subscribe to it. That helps us. Hook us up. Go subscribe to it. Don't just steal the shit off the hard drive. Go subscribe. Give us some.
If you want to be a guest on the show, just let us know, and we'll even do it annonomously.
Yeah,
We'll
absolutely.
The whole bit.
I will send them the login information for the guest account that I have made on Skype. That is completely leads back to nothing. We can use a voice changer on there.
We'll even use a Darth Vader voice changer if you want one.
Yeah. Hell, I could run it through Audacity and I'll make you sound like anything you want. I'll make you sound like an Ewok, a woman, a man. If you're a woman, I can make you sound like a man. So yeah. So I'd like to think that they're a little harder to hack. And like I said, I think they would get on my hard drive and be just like, bored to tears. We would be whoever got on my hard drive would be like the poor son of a bitch that works for the FBI that got scheduled or assigned to listen to the song Louie Louie.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh, now they might have fun with a dark farm. If they got any of our dark farm stuff, they might enjoy that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure they'd be entertained. They could listen to the podcasts because there's our podcast on there, and then there's the Dark Farm hasn't been recorded yet, but that one's coming soon. We've got I keep all of the episodes, even though I upload them, so I've got like 5 episodes of the Dark Side of the Paranormal. I've got 3 or 4 episodes of Ryan Uncharted Case Files with Ryan Stacy. Tomorrow I'm recording a episode of Paranormal Crossings with Aaron Collins. So yeah, they've got a lot to listen to. I'm sure they would be entertained. But it's like I said, if they're looking for state secrets, child pornography, links to terrorism, they're going to be going through this and they're going to find a lot of family pictures, a lot of memes, a ton of music.
We got plenty of bunny photos.
Yeah, I will say on mine, they will also have all the music they could possibly listen to, because as I've said before, I'm a huge music fan, and I've got music from literally almost any artist you can think of. I've got a ton of stuff. I've got like 4,000 songs on my computer. So, they've got a ton of music to listen to, but other than that, they're going to be bored. Because believe me, my life bores me sometime. Sometimes I sit and go, oh dear God, I'd rather be doing anything right now.
Oh, hell.
When you're going through...
I wake up in the morning and hear the freaking crickets.
Yeah. I would love it. That's exactly what I think would happen. Is the first time we get the NSA be like, okay, we got to watch these guys, especially after this episode. Probably, we got to watch these guys. All right, Michael, it's time to do evidence review. Okay. Dear God, what the hell are they doing? They've been watching the same video for. Oh wait, they're doing something. They rewind. Did he rewind it and start it again?
Yeah.
What the hell is he doing?
Let's watch the same 20-minute video clip 4 times.
Yeah. And then, oh my God, with audio. Every time I think I hear something, it's like, oh, got to clip it, put it in there, play it. Yeah, kind of. Okay, let's do this. They're going to be sitting, by the time 1 8-hour shift is over with us, the guy's going to be ready to eat a bullet. That's all there is to it. There's no other way to put that. That's how our life can be. That's why sometimes these podcasts are erratic and crazy and just all over the damn place, because this is a release for us.
Yeah, we've been sitting watching the same damn 20-minute video clip. I watched it. He watched it 4 times. I watched it 4 other times. Then we watched it 1 time together, and then we talked about it for 4 hours.
And as I've said before, you can't do video and audio together. Or at least I don't, because I think...
No, you can't. You have to split them.
I noticed that when I'm listening for the audio, I zone out of the video, or when I'm watching the video, I zone out on the audio. So I split them. So every 20-minute video is actually 20 minutes of video and 20 minutes of audio. So by the time we're done, if we were to just do it once, we've watched or listened to that clip of evidence for 40 minutes. So NSA guy, come on over. And if you see anything, that's the other thing. I think if they're going to be watching us and they're going to be monitoring us like that, they should be cool. Exactly. They should be able to. I know if they could do all that crap, they can type. They see that damn text document open. They see where I'm marking down the stuff that I'm seeing and I'm hearing. Help us out. Go in there like, hey, this is the NSA. I heard something at 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Be cool, you know.
I mean, yeah, shit. You got all those big ass Cray R5 sitting downstairs. Use one of them for us. We need the power.
Hell yeah. Like I said, help us out. Be cool. Be a dude, not a douche. Well.
So who else are we going to rant on? Are we good for this? I feel better now.
That's actually what I was trying to think. I was wanting to think of. Well, have we done anything with any of the apps? We normally do our app section or our app review about this time, and I don't think I've done anything with any apps.
I haven't done any new ones.
Well, I keep seeing this crap on Facebook, and I keep on warning people, and I keep telling people this, and I keep telling people this. And the problem is that people see these things and think they're legitimate, and it makes my head hurt sometimes, because the simple fact of it is, if you're going to use, and I will say, I have used apps that I cannot explain how they do what they do, that they do something that that has put me on the fence with them. But those apps are few and far between. We're talking one out of maybe 150. 150 apps that are total and utter bullshit.
Yeah, I only had one that I've had to actually look at, and that was the XP7, and even that I don't totally buy into. But
well, like I said, I cannot in good conscience say, okay, it's not a real thing because of the stuff we've got. But my question is still the same as it has been from the beginning, and until I talk to someone that actually made the damn app, I will not be able to answer those questions. Was this done as a joke that ended up doing something real, or did they actually hit something here? And that's the only thing, and I'm leaning to something that was done as a joke that possibly ended up working, because I can't figure out why. You know, we've talked about before, when you've got something that you're asking, are we about to run into a bear? Should we leave? And it goes, Rory, go. You've got to take a step back and go, okay, hold on a minute here. Or when you're turning it on and ask if there's anybody who would like to speak to me, and it goes, where's Mark?
Yeah, that freaked me out.
You know, you can't dismiss that. And I know, I'm as skeptic as you are. You know that. But you can't dismiss that.
No, I know.
You know,
but most of them are clearly just, they're parlor games.
Yeah.
They're for fun. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with playing a scary sounding app and getting some words and.
Yeah, and,
I mean,
you know,
wrong with
that. That's just kind of what it is. You know, you see this stuff on Facebook all the time. Like one of my favorite videos for a while now has been this guy that it's hilarious and screwed up, so that's why I love it. This guy's little sister, and he was a teenager himself. He was probably maybe 15, 16 years old. He puts up this thing on Snapchat. It says, my little sister and her friends are upstairs right now having a slumber party and playing with a Ouija board. And he's standing in front of the breaker box of his house. So you know what he does. He
He's full of
starts
fire.
he starts flipping the switch for her room, and you hear the kids just screaming bloody murder, ah! And then you hear them running, and he's cracking up. And like I said, I'm sitting there watching this video laughing my ass off because that was a beautiful prank. I love that. That was hilarious. And a lot of them are like that. When you're setting, it's like playing Bloody Mary. Or something like that, or light as a feather, stiff as a board, that kind of stuff. The stuff isn't real. It's not real. There is no Bloody Mary. You could put as many fingers as you want underneath a girl or a guy and go light as a feather, stiff as a board. Guess what? They're not going to levitate. Human beings don't levitate.
And if they do, you got something.
Yeah, so it's fine if you go and you download one of these ghost radars or ghost detectors or spirit detectors or spirit radars or radar detectors or detector radars or however what the hell they want to call them. Because basically they renamed the same damn things over and over and over and over and over again. So you look at the same ones 8,520 times. When you're sitting there and it tells you there is a vengeful 10,000-year-old spirit feet in front of you and it's going taco, 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 taco. Okay, it's good for a laugh, it's good for a little scare, but if you're going to take this out on an actual paranormal investigation, stay home. We got enough idiots in the field, we don't need you.
Hell, even some of the people supposed to know what they're doing are idiots.
Well, that's what I was saying, I hate to be like that, and I don't mean to be, like, rude or mean, but like I said, if you're going to take that out and go into the field with it, stay home. We have enough idiots.
I mean, hell, it's bad enough that there are times that I have to admit that even we, when people look at us and don't know what's going on, we look like idiots.
Oh God, I know we do. I mean,
the only thing we don't have is someone saying, "Get her, Ray." I mean,
I've got a camera in one hand, a flashlight somewhere attached to me. I've usually got a voice recorder and a camera strapped to my forehead. I'm well aware what I look like.
And you got Dan.
Yeah, and Dan's almost the same, And then there's John. At least one thing we did start doing, especially when we were like on the roads and stuff, we did have the high visibility vests. So you could see us coming for miles, but then we've got gigantic shiny X's on us. But that was for safety. So, we didn't get hit by a damn car. Which, safety is rather important. Who gives a shit? We want to find proof of ghosts, not become one.
Yeah, that wouldn't solve the problem.
No, that would be quite anti-productive.
Well, we're getting about what? We're about
43 minutes
hour.
in. Yep.
How far?
Yeah, we're 43 minutes in. So, by the time I get done with the cavalcade of plugging, we'll probably be at an hour and a half. Because it gets long. It gets longer every time. Every time I do this, it gets longer. So, for the Paranormal Night Stalker, if you want to complain to us, you want to say hi to us, you've got an idea for a show, or even would like to be on a show, all you have to do is find us on Facebook at NightStalker Pod or Twitter at NightStalker Pod. We used to go through the Google and all of that crap, but the fact of it is, that thing is dead as a damn doornail. I'm part of like 25 groups on there, and there has been one post on one group in 3 months, so forget it. I'm done with Google. Google be done to me. So, to listen to us, if this is miraculously being beamed into your head from an outside source, maybe, like you got some dental work done and it's doing that kind of thing, or we're back to the anal probing, I don't know. However it works, first off, I'm sorry. And secondly, if you want to hear more of this, you can find us on iTunes, Podcast Addict, Stitcher Podcast, Google Play, which is the only Google thing we actually do go on, SoundCloud, Spotify. And I've been saying this wrong for the entire time I've done this. It is Spreaker with an R, Spreaker, Spreaker. Amazon app. You can still find us on Alexa if you go through that. Of course, this also is going to go over with all of our other podcasts that are coming to the network that we have started or starting, because technically the network has not started yet. This is kind of the big announcement here. We are actually doing a soft launch of the network very soon. We're talking like in the 10-ish day range. So in about 10 days, you are going to be able to listen to and download the first episode of Dark Side of the Paranormal with June Lundgren and Wendy Stanton. Hopefully have Paranormal Crossings with Aaron Collins. And so sorry to his wife, I cannot remember her name. She's actually his co-host, and they actually have a YouTube channel. Apparently they do a TV show in the States, and we're getting a podcast in podcast form. It was in podcast at the beginning, but they changed it over. They're doing this stuff. Then when we got the network going, they were like, hey, well, yeah, we'll come on. And so they're bringing Paranormal Crossings back to the podcasting world. Of course, we are going to have, what I'm going to try to do is have one big show and have everybody on it and kind of introduce everybody. Portal of Enlightenment with psychic medium Sherry. That's coming. And of course, already going is Ryan Stacy Uncharted Case Files. UCF, not UFC, as I have a tendency of saying. UCF with Ryan Stacy. That's actually going strong right now. You can find that on Podcast Addict, Stitcher Podcast, iTunes, Google Play, or anywhere else you download your podcasts, or on Facebook. Simply look up Heed the World. All of that is available. Of course, I'm going to have more information and more ways of finding the podcasts that we're doing here on the network very, very, very soon, because that year we were planning it in January. So far, everything's going. And of course, by January, we are going to have the first episode of The Dark Farm. Folks,
you're in for a treat for the Dark Farm people.
I don't know how to explain this where it will make perfect sense.
There is no way to explain the Dark Farm that makes sense.
So this is the best way I can do it. Imagine you're in a small town hillbilly version of Vegas, where everyone is constantly on shrooms and LSD.
That sounds about right.
That is where the Dark Farm is.
I'll give you some of the characters just a little bit. I won't give you all of them. But there's Uncle Earl, and there's Bessie, and there's Grandma, and there's a mule. And that'll be enough for right now. But
I don't know. You got to name some. You got to name. I think more of the animals, because you named the mule, but you forgot the moose that likes to wear underwear.
Yeah, well, there's a moose that likes women's underwear. Yeah, there's a moose that wears women's underwear. There's a reason for that, though.
That will be explained.
That will be explained
in the Dark Farm.
There's a lot of stuff on the Dark Farm and some really great artwork.
Yeah, actually, you can go over right now to Facebook, and I believe it's under at Dark Farm, correct?
Yeah.
So if you want to go there and look, you can go there now. It's already got some of the characters up. There's artwork to go with it, little cartoons. It's just like I said. It's like you're on shrooms and acid at the same time. It is a hilarious descent into insanity. That's the only way I can put it. A hilarious descent into insanity. And I can't wait for the first episode for that to come out, because I actually haven't even heard all of it. This is one actually that Michael is working on. He's going to be the producer of it. So I'm just getting little tidbits here and there. And I'm telling you, though, it is not one you want to miss. I'm also going to be working out a Facebook page where all of the podcasts I've mentioned are going to be there. They're going to be streaming. You're going to be able to listen to them. You're going to be able to download them. You're going to be able to do all of that from the Facebook page, all of them in one spot, because why wouldn't you just go on and subscribe to all of them? It'll just be easier that way. You just go to subscribe to all of them, and they'll just be ready to go, and they'll come to your phone, they'll come to your tablet, they'll come to your computer unless the NSA blocks it, and it'll be a great start for everyone. This is going to be coming again, like in the next. I know for a fact. Actually, I'll bring up my calendar real quick here because I know for a fact. June and Sherry both have one coming out here in the last week of December. June is on the 26th, the Wednesday, the 26th at 7 p.m. And Sherry is actually going to be doing, Psychic Medium Sherry with Portal of Enlightenment is actually going to be doing a special full moon edition. Her first episode is going to be out on the full moon at exactly 5:30 on December 22nd. Then the next one should be out on the new moon in January. So, like I said, there's a lot coming, and I was close to right. It's like 51 minutes after all my plugs that I have to get in. So, anything else we want to throw out?
No, I think I'm good.
Throw out, throw up, throw off, throw everywhere. Well, so until next week, when I hope to be bringing you the NightStalker Podcast Network special, where we're going to have literally everyone from all the shows talking about what they're going to be doing and all of that. This has been Joel Walling signing off for Michael Smith. Thank the good Lord this episode is over. Hope you all have a great weekend, and we will talk again soon.